With so many companies looking to fill numerous positions here during this labor shortage, it appears to be a really good time to be a developer. ZDNet's Owen Hughes is here with us to tell us the hottest tech skills that companies are looking for.
Yeah, so tech skills are something that have been kind of front and center of certainly what we've been covering about for the good part of the last 2 years. Digital skills have always been in demand, but particularly heightened by the pandemic, when a lot of companies are trying to digitize quickly, ramp up their digital services, especially with the closure of brick and mortar stores. And so this is a report from Dice, which is a recruitment marketplace for tech jobs, but in particular, and they had a look at some of the skills that are most in demand in Q3, and some of them probably aren't very surprising. We've seen demand for programming languages for quite some time. In Q3, Linux, Java, Python, and SQL, or SQL, as some people call it, were amongst the top skills in demand. And SQL, for starters, this isn't something that tends to grab the headlines as the likes of Python has. It's not particularly sexy, but it's still very, very kind of important for businesses. It's used to kind of help organizations manage and share all the data that they hold across various business units. So think kind of like sales data sets, HR data sets. So, this is really critical for allowing programmers to work with business data and business assets. So organizations still looking for candidates who kind of understand the core concepts of software development and things like project management, which is more of a general competency for being able to lead these digital transformation initiatives. Python is another one we can continue to see growth in. Data science, AI, both have become really critical to businesses who are embarking on these transformation initiatives that are really centered on capturing all these huge reams of data that are coming into the business these days, and the data that's now available from customers. Java, again, this is probably not news to anybody that Java is still in demand. Obviously, Java is still very much used within mobile app development. Mobile apps always, again, continue to see growth, particularly the last couple of years when shops closed, organizations shut down their brick and mortar stores. That in-person interaction wasn't possible, so many started ramping up their software development, launching new apps, new digital platforms that could serve customers. So Python, Java, they're still going to be around for a while. Don't expect to see any kind of let up there soon. I think these are skills that are always going to be quite critical for businesses.
Yeah, those are all critical skills that tech companies are looking for. So demand seems to be slowing down just a little bit. At the beginning of the year, we were still getting accustomed to the pandemic. We were still hiring a lot of people. It seems to be mellowing out. Are we back to pre-pandemic normal? Still a little higher? What's this report say?
Sure. So that was a kind of interesting finding. So even though we're still seeing lots of demand for digital skills, programming languages, all those kind of things, it does seem to suggest that there was, this explosion of vacancies at the beginning of the year, especially when organizations began opening up after many closed during the pandemic, after there were furloughs. There was this big kind of flurry of hiring activity. What this suggests is that this is now starting to taper off. So Linux, for example, still a really sought after skill, but this has started to plateau now. And so what DICE says is that even though technologists and digital skills are still in really high demand, things are kind of starting to return to more of the mean as they were kind of going into the pandemic.
Okay, and so then looking ahead into the new year, what do we think the focus will be? What skills?
So again, those critical programming languages, Java, JavaScript, Python, all going to continue to see a lot of demand for organizations on a technical standpoint. One of the things that DICE looked at was, or kind of forecast, is that machine learning and data science are going to become more and more important to businesses who want to, again, turn their data sets into new revenue streams, new business units, new services, just as a way of kind of gleaning insight into customer behavior. So I think this is going to be something we're going to see more of in the next couple of years, not just in 2022, but beyond, is really kind of trying to harness the power of machine learning and data science to kind of drive these new insights and create new opportunities for businesses.
All right, Owen, thank you so much for taking a look back at the hiring process all throughout 2021 and then helping get you ready for 2022 and beyond. As always, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to stick with ZDNet for all things tech.